All right, you got to find the domain and the range. Does anybody remember what the domain, which numbers are the domain? It's the first ones. It's the x's. So your domain is going to be 5, 7, -5, and 7. All right, all you do is write it in a set. You can use parentheses if you don't want to put the squiggles. So if your domain are the x values, then your range is the y values, the second number in each order pair. So it'll be 2, -3, 4, and 4. 2, -3, 4, and 4. All right, so y'all did that what? Middle school last year, maybe? Yeah, that's easy. All right, now, is this a function? Who remembers when it's not a function? When which numbers repeat, Emily? The x's. Don't even look at the y's, it doesn't matter. Look at your x's. If anything repeats, the 7 repeats, so it's a no. It can't repeat in the x. Yeah, you don't even have to look at your y's. Only look at the x's, Jason. Only look at the domain. If any number in the domain repeats, it can't be a function. All right, so that's how you do number 1 and number 2. So y'all quick to do number 2. And again, I'm going to go over a lot of this stuff. Make sure you guys don't have any questions. Make sure y'all's phones are up, Kellen. Phones are up, Jess, please. Sir?
Cranes to know.
Phones are up. Willie, make sure your phone is in your lap. Make sure it's up. Range is no on number 1, Willie. Why? Because you was on your phone, Willie. 7 repeats, Willie, so it's not a function. All right, y'all look at the second one. Is that a function, yes or no? Let's see, 3, 5, -8, and 2. That one's good. That was a yes. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3 was on your quiz from Friday. Y'all got to make a T-chart.
I just put a.
All right, Willie, on number 3, which numbers go on the left on your T-chart?
The -3 all the way down to 3.
Good. Just use your number line. -3 all the way to +3. Whatever it gives you right here is what goes on your number. What goes on your left side of the box. So, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. You guys find your 6 answers on that.
How do you do a
Watch this shooting ready. Plugging in 1. Oh, I got you. So watch, you get alpha x turns into a fraction. All right, so y'all plugged in -3. Y'all get 14. Somebody check behind me. Is that right?
It goes
All right.
down.
Plug in -2. See what you get. That's good so far. You see how we got 14? Plug -3. All right, so next I plugged in -2. I got 11. I plugged in -1. I got 8. Now, does this one have a pattern?
Yes.
Let's check. Subtracting 3, subtracting 3. All right, this one has a pattern, so we can just keep subtracting 3 to finish out the XY chart. Or you could plug them in your calculator either way. All right, question on 3. All right, let's go to 4. All right, 4 and 5 should be easy because you're just plugging the numbers in your calculator. I'm going to give y'all a chance to do that. Some people, instead of doing -4, some people put -4 and that messed them up. Yeah, make sure you don't get those mixed up. All right, let's go to number 6. Now, 6 is one we're going to need to work out. All right, 6 is the long problem. You're going to have a couple of these on the test. They want us to plug in a plus 2. Now, guys, we've done this for a week. A plus 2 squared means we got to write that down twice. And you guys have to FOIL it out. So I'm going to give y'all a chance before I show it. Go ahead and FOIL this out. Don't forget, you'll have to bring down the 3 and distribute. Try that real quick. Let's see what you get. Let's see how far y'all got.
I didn't do 6.
Wow, Willie.
I don't know how to
Don't like them, so you just wanna skip them on the test?
Yep.
Make my job easier with you. 8 times A is A squared. A times 2 is 2A. 2 times A is 2A. 2 times 2 is 4. If you got a question where I got any of those, I'll come help you in a minute. Casey, we good? All right, Casey, I'm going to go ahead and distribute this right now. So I got minus 4A minus 8 plus 5. You could do it now or later, doesn't matter. All right, so before I can add up like terms, I've got to distribute my 3. So it's 3A squared plus 6A plus 6A plus 12. And I'm just bringing all that other stuff down. Now you guys add up your like terms, and that should be your answer on 6. Now we're going to have to do 7, 8, and 9, because some of y'all don't have a clue how to do that still.
Just 8. I just need 8 done. Let me just see what it is, too.
Okay. Combine like terms and see what you get. And hey, if y'all don't like doing 6, like I said, you're just going to have 2 of those on the test. They're going to be 4 points each, so I hate for you to skip them.
I probably won't.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. Good. Good news is most of y'all got 6 right. Got 3A squared in the front. I can add that one, and that one.
8.
So that's 8. I can add that one and that one.
That's 9.
That's 9. All right, so that's our answer for number
Can you
6.
just do 8 for me, please?
That's what I had.
I said it wrong.
Skip it.
Did I?
Skip the.
My bad, Case. All right, we got to go to 7, 8, and 9.
10. 3,
Please go to this slow. I don't know how to do these.
This is easy, Casey. Watch how easy this is.
This slow.
All right, so Casey, when they give you a number to plug in, like 7 gives you a number, 8 does not. See the difference? All right, so listen up, Will. So when they give you a specific number, then your answer is just going to be one number. So they want us to start by finding the 9 in the G function. All right, here it is right here.
6.
What is 9 paired up with, Casey?
6.
So now come over here and find the 6.
And it's a 4.
6 is paired up with 4.
So 9. 4.
So your answer is just 4. Now, if you want to write 9 in the front and 4 as an ordered pair, that's okay.
Okay.
So you can either just write 4 or you can write 9 and 4. Either way is fine. All right, question. First time you saw that. You okay? If you guys understood 7, now try 9 the same way we just did 7. We'll come back to 8.
8 is not this.
Hold up. Try 9. Do it just like we did 7. We'll see what you get. Yep. All right, so we start off by finding 5 in the F. 5's paired up with 1. 1's paired up with 7. So my answer is just 7. All right, now, Casey, 8, like we just said, does not have a specific number to start at. That means you're going to have to do all 3 of them. So go ahead and draw 3 blank ordered pairs, and we'll fill them in. All right, so the question is, where do we start? You want to guess where we start? We start at F, and then we go into G. So I start here. 6 is paired up with 4, correct? What's 4 paired up with? So I write 6 and 2. All right, go to the next one. 5's paired up with 1. 1's paired up with 7. So I've got 5 and 7. All right, last case, 7's paired up with 8. Uh-oh, we got a problem. There's not an 8. That means if it ever gets stuck like that, mark it out. The whole problem does not exist. It doesn't have an answer unless you can go through all 3 of them. All right, so if it gives you a number to plug in to start with, the answer is only going to be one number. If it doesn't give you a number, you gotta do all three of them. Okay? We'll do that some more in the morning before we take the test. 5, start at F. So 5 paired up with -1. There's not a -1, it does not exist. If it ever gets stuck, it does not exist. Question, Nathan? You just stretch it. All right, we're going to number 10 and 11. We'll do these quickly.
What's
Sure.
number 8 again?
We got does not exist.
Oh.
At the back one, yeah.
All right, so on this one, it's asking about the domain. All right, so how we're doing these problems, guys, we're disregarding the top. We're going to set the bottom equal to 0, and we're going to solve that for x. So write that down. All right, so if I move over -2, that's going to be a +2. Now divide it, and I get 2/3. Anybody have a question how I got 2/3? So here's the deal. If I plug that in my problem, it's going to give me a 0 on the bottom of the fraction. And we know we can't have a 0 on the bottom of the fraction. So for all your x's you could have on this problem, do not plug in 2/3. So you write x cannot equal 2/3. All right, y'all try 11 just like we did number 10. All right, so remember, disregard the top. I got x squared minus 7 equals 0. Write it down. All right, Jason, what do I do next? Plus the 7 over. All right, look, guys, this one's different. I could just divide on number 10. I can't divide on this one because of the x squared. So you take a square root. All right, now we have another issue. 7 is not a perfect square, so we just leave it. But don't forget, it's plus or minus root 7. All right, what am I talking about? Why is there plus or minus in front of it? Yeah, you got to have two numbers. When it was an x squared, that's how you get it. So for all your x's, x cannot equal root 7, and x cannot equal negative root 7. Because it was plus or minus, that's where I get the positive and the negative. All right, y'all got it copied. We can go to 12. All right, going to 12. Same thing on this one. You disregard the top. We're just trying to figure out what makes the bottom a 0. So I'm going to set the bottom equal to 0. All right, how is number 12 different? They both have an x in common. What do we do when they both have an x? Drop one out, factor out an x, take out an x, however you want to say it. This is the first time they both had an x in common, so you got to do it this way. All right, so inside, after you subtract an x away, you'll have x plus 5. All right, what is your answer for this x out in front all by itself? What is your answer for this x inside the parentheses?
This is going to be on the test?
All this is on the test. And this was on our quiz Friday too. Positive 5, move it over, that gives you negative 5. So for all your x's, you just can't have 0 and you can't have negative 5. All right, so guys, we've done this for a week.
Wait, so this one you gotta like pull it all the way up.
All right, any question on 12 before we flip over and do some on the back? I'm going to do some on the back, and then I'm going to stop and let y'all do some on the back.
I need to do 14, 16, 17, 18.
I had an answer somewhere.
So all of those.
All right, the hardest one on the back, I think, is 16 and 18. Everything else is really quick. Oh, no, 18 is the hardest.
You gotta eat that.
All right, let's start on 13.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I thought you said
Some people need to see 13, Casey. We're going to start on 13. I'm going to do like 4 of them on the back for you. All right, so I think 13 is an easy one also. If it gives you a number to plug in, guys, it's going to be pretty easy. You can just use your calculator.
Yeah.
Alright, so Willie, where do I start on 13?
G.
Alright, we gotta plug -5 into G. You guys plug -5 right there, put it in your calculator, it's gonna give you -1, right? Now what do? Take the -1 and plug it into F. Alright, this is where you're definitely gonna have to use a calculator. Gotta plug -1 in right there and right there. Do that real quick. -3, plug in -1 and square it. Plus 2 times -1 minus 1. All right, somebody check my answer. I got -6 on my calculator. All right, so look, I'm not going to show y'all how to do 15 or 20 because those are the same kind of problems. Now, I did it this morning. I got a really big number on number 20.
Yeah, it's just big.
It's like negative 23,000 something. So I got a big number on number 20. All right, now let's go to 14. A lot of y'all, about half of y'all, need help on 14. Let's check it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, G of F of X. All right, so where do we start on 14? What are we plugging in? All right, Casey, we're plugging in X, right? Now, X has already been plugged in. There and there. So I'm just going to bring that whole thing down. And I'm going to put parentheses around it because the X was already plugged in. Does that make sense? Let me say it all again just for you. All right. This time they want you to plug in X, Casey. And if X is already plugged in there, just bring the whole thing down and put parentheses around it. All right, now what do? We got to plug that into G. So look, when I plug that into G, I got to plug all of that right there. You're going to get rid of the X, plug all of that in the parentheses right there. So look, you just need to write a +4 behind that. Okay, you do not have to FOIL this out. All I can do on this one, guys, is add up my like terms. So this one's easy. This one's not a long problem at all. Don't miss this one on the test. Add up like terms. The only ones I can add up is -1 plus 4, and that gives me 3. So that's your answer for 14. Not a lot of work on that one.
Now, what about?
We're going to do 16 and 18, and I'm going to let y'all do the rest of them by yourself, and I'll just walk around and help.
Ain't 16 just like number?
All right, let's do 16. Can I erase this one?
Yes, ain't 16 just like 14?
I don't think so.
Okay. I need to do 21.
All right, 16 says F of G. All right, Casey, how do I start this one? What do I plug in? All right, look, they want you to plug in X, and they want you to plug it in the G function. X is already plugged in, so I bring it down and I put parentheses around it. Write that down. All right, now what do? We take that and we plug it into F. So I'm going to have to plug it in here and here.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yep, got to FOIL it. All right, so when I plug it in, it's going to look like that. So we did one like this on the front, didn't we? Yeah. All right, so just like we did on the front, we're going to have to write X plus 4 twice. And you guys are going to have to FOIL that out. I'm going to give you a chance right now to see if y'all can FOIL it out and go from there. All right, so your final answer up here, I got -3x squared in the front. Y'all got to add these 3 up. So that's going to be, somebody help me, is it -22?
Yeah, -22 and then -41.
-41 at the end. All right, I got one more I'm going to show y'all, and then I'm going to sit down and let y'all finish them up, and I'll just walk around and check.
17
17.
and 18.
Please do 24. I do not know how to do a fraction.
That's fine.
It's
Just
-22
some help,
over
I'll
3.
get easy. I'm not going to show that one. let's do 17 instead of 18. How about that?
118.
No, I'm not doing both. I'll do one of them. All right, let's do 17. A lot of you guys are struggling on the back. Watch me set it up. If you can't set it up, you're never going to be able to work it out.
Is this one on the test?
Everything on this paper is on the test tomorrow.
No.
All right? So, Willie, how do we start 17, Willie?
F.
Good. You plug X into F, and since X is already plugged in there, I just bring it down. So the first part's easy. You just bring it down, and you put parentheses around it. Write it down. All right, what's next, Will?
G.
Now, I plug all of that into G, so look at G. It's got X plus 4.
You bring down 4.
That takes the place of your X, so you just need the plus 4 behind it,
And
right?
then you gotta bring down the -2, but this comes
Now,
down.
hold on, don't get ahead of us. You gotta add up like terms now before I can go to the next step. Yes, you got to.
Oh, that's,
Yep.
the next one's harder.
So I can add up those two and I get positive 3. And then put parentheses around it one more time because you still gotta plug it in one more time. All right, now is when I plug it into the H. So now is when I've got to put a -2 in the front.
Then you have to.
There you go. So now the only thing left you got to do is distribute, and you'll have your final answer. 6x squared minus 4x minus 6. Y'all check that for me, see if that's right. Is that good? All right, so right now, you guys take a few minutes to finish this up. I'll be walking around. After we finish this up, we'll have a little break in class where y'all can just sit here and hang out for me. So we're going to bring down f of x in the front, just like it says to. I bring the f down first. And Jameson, you forgot. I want you to put parentheses around it. Okay? Next, bring the minus down that was in the problem. Next, bring down the g of x, and again, I want you to put parentheses around it. Now, there's an extra step on this one that like 8 of you forgot. What's the extra step? You have to distribute this negative sign. If you don't, Jameson, you're going to miss it. So look, that turns that into negative x and negative 4. Now you just add up like terms and you're finished.
Okay. That's all we got to do.
So the ones who missed it just forgot to distribute the negative. So my final answer, 3x squared goes in the front. 2x, negative 1x. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. So most of you just missed the last number. I think a lot of y'all have like plus 3 right there, the ones who missed it. Okay, other than that, you guys are doing pretty well. All right, so you guys use